Hello everyone. Today I will be presenting Cobalt Strike red teaming and penetration testing. And then go into penetration definition, Metasploit Framework, Metasploit via Kali Linux, red teaming definition, and end with Metasploit via Cobalt Strike. The goal of this presentation is to show the differences between Metasploit Framework and Cobalt Strike. The two we'll be using Cobalt Strike, Kali Linux, and Metasploit Framework to show in our demo. What is a penetration test? Penetration test is a comprehensive way to test an organization's cybersecurity vulnerabilities. Penetration testing views your network, application, device, and all physical security to the eye of both malicious actor and an experienced cybersecurity expert to discover weaknesses and identify areas where your security posture needs improvement. Metasploit Framework. Metasploit is a security project that provides and exploits different features to aid a penetration tester. It was invented by H.D. Moore and released in 2003. The project has grown dramatically. Since then, from the original 11 exploit, the project came to more than 1900, plus 545 payloads, with a switch from Perl to Ruby. Report 7 acquired both Metasploit and more back in 2009. Today, it is common for zero-day repos to include a Metasploit module as proof of concept. Penetration testing stage. Penetration testing stage starts with information gathering, then vulnerability scanning, exploitation, post-exploitation, and reporting. Information gathering demonstration. In this demonstration, I use Whois to start gathering information from starbucks.com. As you can see, the domain name, location of the headquarters, phone number, fax number, email address, and etc. show up on this Whois search. Pause scans. You can type search, pause scans, and then select your interest port to start scanning any open port. In this demonstration, I use the pause scan for the TCP. As you can see, that is show all the open port on my victim machines. Vulnerability scan with Nmap. In this demonstration, I use Nmap to sweep to entire network. So I'm able to pick up multiple hosts and it show both port and service that is vulnerable. Window remote exploitation. In this example, I use Undetectable to show the exploitation process. So you can start by search for Undetectable and then use it. Start putting in all the necessary information when you type in show options and exploits. As you can see in the bottom of the slides that I successfully exploit the victim machine. Post-exploitation with Meterpreter. So you can put in key scan dump script, screenshot. In this example, I use PS to show the process, or use the queue process, reboot the system, shut down system information, and so on. When you're able to get your foot inside your target machines. So far we have been talking about remote attack where you have your victim machine on the same network. So you can send exploit code with payload and start your listener to wait for reverse Meterpreter shelf to come back. But in the real world, it's getting harder and harder to find a good remote exploits, as you can see on ADE1 and ADE3. Also, in the real world, you get firewall to block it, even though you have a good information gathering, port scan, and the right setup software and try to exploit your victim machine, but you get nothing back or it's not working. So because of firewall, it is better to start client-side attack. Is it more realistic in terms of real worlds this day? Because I rather send something like nice looking file that contain payload to my victim and then wait for the guy to trigger it and then come back to their own firewall and then wait for reverse Meterpreter shelf. Here's delivering payload to a victim machine step. So we can actually start by hosting a website with the required malicious payload, or attacker can send embedded payload and then wait for victim to perform an action to trigger the vulnerability. There are the third option, which you can actually generate auto run and save those files onto a CD-ROM or USB to send to your victim as well. On this slide, I show how to create undetectable payload and exploit it. So basically I use MSF Venom for x86 window architecture with reverse TCP and encode with Chicago canines and save the file onto my desktop. So once the Windows machine victims start to download and run the evil file, it will trigger my Meterpreter sessions, and on my Cited machine I will get Meterpreter shelf to start on the sessions. Social engineering with Metasploit. We can use social engineering toolkit to generate any social attack as needed. In this example, I will use the spear phishing attack. So I select 1 for spear phishing attack, select 2 to get file format payload, and then I select Adobe utility buffer overflow. So you can see once it create the evil file, it show up as trumpet.whatever. So I rename it to bestbydeals.pdf. So you want to make your evil file as extract as possible for the victim to trigger on the file. So best by deals is hard to pass by for anyone, right? Rather than just abc.pdf, so show up on your email, you'd be like, who cares, right? See, on this slide, kind of show the process when a victim download and run the file. So we get Meterpreter session on Windows 7. So far, we have been demonstrate a regular penetration testing, but in the real world, cyber criminals don't just do a generic penetration testing on their victim. They attack organizations with harmful intent, which lead to mass data breach and cyber espionage. To understand bad actor mindset, we have to simulate a real cyber attack. That is red teaming. Cobalt Strike. Cobalt Strike is a software for adversary simulation and red team operation. This software tool was designed for security assessment that replicate the tactic and technique of advanced adversary in a network, while penetration tests focus on unpatched vulnerabilities and misconfiguration. This assessment benefits security operation and incident response. So you need Java-based and also Metasploit to be installed on the system because it's Java-based GUI that built around Metasploit. So this software helps visualize target better than using Kali Linux. It automatically recommends suitable exploits, just like Untitled. Also has powerful client-side attack and social engineering tool. The best feature about Cobalt Strike and the main distinguish about Cobalt Strike with Metasploit, I'm not talking about the pro version, but community versions. It has team cooperation or team op. Basically, you can set up your server and have all your teammates everywhere else try to connect and simulate the attack to your client location at the same time. It's also possible to have multi-servers. When you do the multi-server, you can have the team infrastructure that divide tasks into different groups. So one server can be the staging server, where they can host client-side tag, perform coverage escalate, and install persistent. Long-haul servers can perform advanced persistent threat callback, path access to post-exploit as needed. Lastly, you could have post-exploitation server where they can perform post-exploitation and lateral movement. So the best feature is to right-click on the interest target and select access and pass session. You can get the IP address and port number to set up your listener and press launch. As you can see at the bottom, you can have on the event log, you can have a live communication plus all the information that each team member or server perform will show up, such as Nmap scans, exploitation, and etc. So everybody can collaborate and work as a holistic system. What does that mean to the blue teams? So they must have a difficult time find where the attack coming from and post-exploitation team came from. The less time you spend on target, it means that it's harder for the red team to be discovered. So that's gonna make their life even harder. On this page, show how you set up the team server. So basically, you type execute team server, IP address, password. And on this slide, show how you set up the client connection. Same password that you set on the team server must be used, and the host IP address and port must be the same. Vulnerability scan with Nmap. This process is exactly identical to Untitled. So if you know how to use Untitled, this is the same thing. So just click on host, Nmap scan, and select your interest scan, put in IP address of a single host or sweep through entire network, and it will give you the opening port, IP address, and other information to the service. When you have those information, you can actually query all the exploit in the database according to service report, which were found on the previous step by select attack, file attack, and it will generate multiple options for you to perform exploit on. You can actually do multiple hosts at the same time by highlighting them all, and then select attack. This is a big time saver. So I think this is one of the best part about Cobalt Strike. Now, I'm going to go into the client-side attack information gathering. So, Cobalt Strike have a pretty cool function called System Profiler. It works just like Nmap on the remote attack. So basically it is a web application that the target must visit, and once they visit, it will pull all the information about the target, such as browser, application, service, OS, and IP address. Once it finishes, it will redirect the victims onto any site that we put in. So for this example, I put in LinkedIn. See, after it's extract all the information, you can see on the Cobalt Strike web log and application all this information that we're gathering, and they will be redirected. Especially if someone use the Internet Explorer, JavaScript can be traced back on when is the last time it's being patched. So that's pretty neat feature. And when you go into the application tab, you can highlight all the target, and then click on show exploit. Cobalt Strike will provide you various exploits such as Java Rhino and MS11003. Java Rhino is pretty nice because you don't need anyone to trigger it. Another nice feature on Cobalt Strike is listener management. So it's kind of nice for the pen tester that when they try to set up the listener and queue the session, they don't have to establish the listener again. It's kind of pain. If you guys actually work on ADE3 where you have to attack multiple systems, it's kind of tedious to do those things multiple times. So this feature is give the penetration tester a lot of time saving. So this is how you do persistent listener. Just click on the listening icon, provide information, save, verify your setup. And so if you guys familiar with the regular Meterpreter, this option show like beacon. Beacon is the payload used by Cobalt Strike. Support both asynchronous and inactive mode of communication. So basically, asynchronous mode is mean that is call home everyone for a while and receive a list of the tags that assigned to it, download them, and go back to sleep. So this way, the brute team cannot detect us. Now this page I demo how to perform Undetectable payload with Cobalt Strike. So it's just like a few click. You don't have to do entire command line, just like on the Kali Linux. On the example is create the beacon.execute. I normally use a website called spiralscan.net to scan my files to see that if can be detected by any antivirus. If you got interest on additional information, I provide a link below. You can read some up. So now I kind of show how to do spear phishing attack preparation. So if you look at the beacon file that I generate, it's not like something that anyone would click on it, but if you actually try to camouflage it, on this example I call FX, try to attack the Adobe icon and then camouflage my file to look like a PDF file. On the Cobalt Strike, it also have a function called window executable. So basically, you can actually select an executable file, just like putty tool, and then embed your payload, but it keep all the functionality. So your victim machine can actually run putty without knowing that they've been attacked on the back door. Now this like show MS Office macro, simple, 2 minutes you finish. So basically it generate Meterpreter, VBA output, add macro to the Word or Excel document, save macro, enable document, boom, done. So basically if you send this file over to the victim, all they will see is this document must enable the macro. Everybody does that, right? Nobody will think about it. So one day hit that, it will trigger Meterpreter session, or the Meterpreter reverse shell will come back to us and we will have backdoor attack. Cobalt Strike also have PDF file version, but it doesn't look realistic to me, so I don't even want to bother show you guys. So this social engineering attack feature on Cobalt Strike allow you to set up a host file on the Cobalt Strike server, and when someone try to download your file and then run it, it will trigger the same thing. So when your company send you to cybersecurity awareness course and asks you not to download, stop and open it, listen to them, because you can actually screw them up. Another cool feature is website cloning. So you can clone any websites and then select log keystroke. Anybody that go into that website and try to type information, it will show up on your event log. So this is pretty dangerous stuff if they try to clone your bank websites. Last nice feature about Cobalt Strike is the report. So it's actually like have activity report, host report, indicator of compromise, session report, social engineering report, technique and procedure. The best one is source the client-side attack, but they don't give it on the free trial version. It's pretty cool because not only it show the vulnerability, but it's also provide all the exploits with definition and many good information. So you can show the client and try to sell all these risks and try to build your case and make them pay more money, right? So yeah, all the activity report actually like set back on the date that you start activate the system. This is the work site. That's it, guys. I think overall Cobalt Strike is much better and good to have for any penetration tester. Is provide automation process for you, and it will save time. That means you can make more money. Alright, it's been a pleasure working with you guys on this class, and I'm looking forward to see you guys on the next class. Happy holiday and Happy New Year's. Bye.